I got from one of our good sisters. Hey, you guys, what's going on? How you guys doing? How you feeling? What's up? So I got a letter, guys, and I thought I would get into it and chop it up with you guys. I'm gonna get in so much trouble because I'm supposed to be doing something else right now, but I needed to get into this letter because it's one of those things. Let me see if I can do this right. It's one of those letters. There we go. It's one of those letters, in case you didn't hear me before, I'm sorry, the volume was down. It's one of those letters that I think man, I don't know, people are never going to learn, right? They are never going to learn. But for the slow people in the back and on that slow bus, that is not our problem. So we got a letter from a good sister that wants to know, should she take him back? That's what she said. That's how she captioned it. Should she take him back? But she said, should I take him back? That's what she said, okay? And for those of you just joining, thank you for tuning in and stopping by. I know it's a million people on TikTok, but you scroll by a few seconds to chill with me, so thank you. Thank you. My name is AnGala Portorreal of DivaSpeaks Relationships. This is the Talk That Talk edition where I actually take a letter and I chop it up with you guys. I give you my feedback. Sometimes I'm a little funny, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I get on my moral high horse or whatever, but through and through, you know what? People still write me and I'm grateful for that. How about that? The letters still keep coming. But this good sister wants to know, should she take him back? So you might be wondering, what the hell did he do that she needs to ask the question, should she take him back, right? That's the question. So let's get into it. Okay. She says, my husband, Lord have mercy. My husband of 2 years got his ex-girlfriend pregnant. That's, you know what? That seems to be something that's going around. Do people not know how to wrap it up anymore? I mean, forget that. Do people not know how to remain monogamous or stay in a... Okay, let me get back to the letter, okay? Because I'm jumping on my high horse again. Okay. Our good sis wrote, should I take him back? Okay? You shouldn't have... Okay, whatever. Should I take him back? My husband of 2 years got his ex-girlfriend pregnant while I was visiting him abroad. Backstory, we have known each other since we were 2 years old. Okay. Dated for many years on and off during our teens. Got serious once we turned 24. Dated for 10 years, then we got married. Okay, seems to have done things right? They did their due diligence, they took their time, they've been knowing one another for quite a while. Seems like quite the interesting story of checking all the boxes. Didn't rush anything. Anyway, this is proof that none of that matters with some people. Okay, back to the letter. She says, he lives abroad as he was working there and I couldn't move yet, so I visited. That's what you did. Recently found out that a woman to whom he also dated while in a relationship with me is 5 months pregnant. This woman is 5 months pregnant. Okay, now he's coming to our home country to personally apologize to me and my family since we are very traditional and everyone already knows, including friends. He claims it was just one time and that he never dated her, but I know that's not true. Okay, something hit me right there. Okay, they know each other. Wait a minute. They've known each other for almost 11 years. We have no kids together yet. Should I save my marriage or let our long history be bygones? Okay, I'm sorry. I stumble because sometimes I have a thought and sometimes, you know, that little brain gets to racing or whatever. So if you're just not tuning in, we got a good sister that wrote in that wants to know, should she take her husband back? It doesn't really seem like he's went anywhere, but you know, I guess for the sake of this, we're gonna just go and roll with what she said. Should she take her husband back? So this is the story. She's been knowing her husband since they were 2 years old. They dated for many, many years, off and on, but they got serious once they turned 24. What's the part about the 10 years? They dated for 10 years, okay, and then they got married, and something or another happened and he had to move abroad because he works abroad. She couldn't move with him yet. So while he's out there working abroad, while she's left behind in another country, this country, he done went out there while he's making the money. He done got his ex-girlfriend pregnant. The ex-girlfriend is now 5 months pregnant. So now her husband is coming home to the country, the home. Not, I didn't mean to point at me. Oh, Jesus, don't. Oh, not me. Coming to the U.S. to apologize to her personally, because everybody knows what he has done. And he's coming to apologize to her and her family personally, because they're very traditional. And she wants to know, should she take her man back? Or, well, no, let me rephrase that. Should she take her husband back? Or should she let this marriage fall by the wayside and let their history be bygones? So I'm going to start by saying, I hate that you're going through this. Been there, done that before, as far as having a cheating spouse. Been there, done that. And having everybody know. Been there, done that. Suffering publicly, because not only are you having to deal with the humiliation of a cheating no good spouse, but you can't even deal with it in private because they've been out there publicly doing their thing and everybody knows what you're going through. So that's another set of trauma that you're having to deal with and heal from, aside from the infidelity. You want to know if you should take him back. My question is, why would you want to? It's a fair question. Why would you want to take someone back who you could not trust? And I have said this, if you have been rocking with me, if you've watched my television show, I say this a lot. If you can't trust your partner to take their behind to work and just work, okay? Whether it's down the street or across the world, right? Or the ocean, whatever. If you can't trust them to go to work, you can't trust them. You married this man. You've been knowing this man all of your life. You've known this man. This man didn't think enough of his commitment to you to honor it. Okay? He can't be trusted to go to work. He can't be trusted to be in a long distance relationship with you. He can't be trusted not to act on temptation. And he definitely can't be trusted around his ex-girlfriend. He can't be trusted not to publicly embarrass you. He can't be trusted to do the right thing. He has no integrity. You said in this letter, this is how it starts off. And I want to correct you. This is something for you to chew the fat on. My husband of 2 years got his ex-girlfriend pregnant while I was visiting him abroad. My good sister, I don't think she's his ex-girlfriend. I think that you're his wife and she is his current girlfriend. I think that him coming to tell you about her pregnancy is a last-ditch effort for him to save face and not necessarily your marriage, right? I think that there are so many layers to this that I would not, if I were you, I wouldn't want to unpack. I wouldn't want to deal with. And I know this is a drastic change from AnGala of DivaSpeaks relationship 2 or 3 years ago, but a lot has happened to AnGala of DivaSpeaks relationships since then. And my heart posture has changed, right? Once upon a time, you could have wrote me and I would have said that with God, all things are possible. Marriage is honorable. That it is a blood covenant and that, you know, the enemy, Once upon a time, I would have said that. It's not that I don't believe that now. I still believe that with God, all things are possible. I still think that marriages are worth saving. I still think that relationships should be held to a high standard and should be held in high regard. However, I do think that it takes both of you to have that particular mindset and have that particular commitment and dedication to the relationship and or the marriage. Here you have a man that, again, you can't trust him to take his behind to work. And anytime you're in a long distance relationship, your husband left you not the marriage. I want to be clear. Your husband left you, went to work outside of the country that you live in, to go work abroad, right? You trusted him to go and work abroad, and he abused that trust. And here's my thing. There's so much to unpack, right? So at what point did the conversation started happening? At what point did he think it was okay to start communicating with his ex-girlfriend, where it would evolve into rekindling their relationship and then progress into a sexual relationship, which meant her becoming not only his side chick, but now you are spinning the block on an ex-girlfriend while you're married to a woman that you've known since the both of you were 2 years old. 2 years old, you've known this man since you were 2 years old. And this man has broken his vows, abused your trust, and gotten his, according to you, ex-girlfriend pregnant. That's his side chick. That's the woman he's currently messing around with. I don't think she's an ex, sis. I think she is truly someone that he has been in an active relationship with on the side, betraying you the whole time. And she's 5 months pregnant, which means that he's been sleeping with this woman unprotected. Unprotected. This man has been running up inside of his ex, unprotected. I broke it down like this earlier this year in another letter, right? Not only was he not protecting himself sexually, right, intimately, while he was sleeping with her, he wasn't protecting you as well. He wasn't protecting your honor. He wasn't protecting the commitment that he entered into with you. He wasn't protecting your heart. He wasn't protecting your dignity. He wasn't protecting you by any means when he laid down unprotected with her. His loyalty has been compromised. This man, I would say, is not to be trusted. And I'm only saying this, no, I'm saying that someone's going to stand on it. He's not to be trusted because he can't be trusted to not act on temptation, to not act on emotion. He can't be trusted to go to work. Now he's gotten this woman pregnant, which means that this woman has permanently been positioned in his life. You said at the end of the letter that you guys don't have any kids together. Meanwhile, he done knocked up what, according to you, what you think is his ex-girlfriend. He done knocked up his ex-girlfriend. So while married to you, your husband has his first child with another woman. Your husband has his first child with an ex-girlfriend. She's not an ex, but I'm just gonna say an ex. Your husband has his first child with an ex-girlfriend while he was supposed to be working abroad, while he was cheating on you. Your husband has a child on the way with a side chick that he's known for 11 years. And now he's coming back to town, to the country, to apologize to you and your family. For what? How is that going to fix anything? When he said that he was coming back, does he have a plan? Does he? Because I don't want you to get your hopes up, right? Does he have a plan? Has he communicated to you that he's remorseful? What has been the direction of the conversations that the two of you are having regarding his infidelity? What is the plan, if you do plan to stay with him, what is the plan for him parenting and co-parenting that child that he has with her? And do you really want to play stepmommy to a side baby while you don't have any children with this man? How is that fair to you? And do you really want to put yourself in that position? I pose those questions to you for you to ponder on before you be in a rush to take him back, because you're going to go through a whole season of emotion, a whole range of emotion. Infidelity comes with so many ups and downs. The healing process, to me, I don't know, the healing process feels like death and resurrection all in one. It feels like I don't know. I can't describe it. When you are having to deal with infidelity of a partner, whether it's a spouse, a partner, someone you're in a relationship with, somebody that's significant, I don't know, whatever that person means to you. And again, you're still in love with that person. Your dreams you have been shattered. The expectations that you had for the relationship or that marriage have changed because of their infidelity. And you can't even begin the healing process because, again, going back to what I said at the beginning, everybody knows. Everybody knows. You know, how is he going to make that right with the embarrassment and the shame that he has brought upon your marriage, the disgrace that he's brought to the marriage? I pose those questions for you to ponder, because before you rush to take this man back, you need to ask yourself these questions. And will he be committed to the process of getting the therapy that he needs to fix whatever is broken in him that thought it was okay to step outside of the relationship? Again, I don't support throwing away your relationships or your marriages, right? I believe in trying to work things through, but I think that infidelity, especially these days, is something to pause, you know, and really think about what you're getting yourself into and what you're setting yourself up for, and what message are you communicating to him if you're in a rush to take him back without seeing any type of behavioral changes in him. And ask yourself, can you fix it while he's still living in another country? Can you fix it while he's still living in another country and the woman that he's been sleeping with, that has a baby on the way by him, lives in the country that he's cheating on you in and with? I don't know, sis. There's a lot of things in life that you're going to have to deal with. There's a lot of shit that's going to come your way in life. That's just it. Do you really want to pile something on your plate that you really don't have to deal with, that you didn't ask for, that you didn't sign up for? And he had one job to do. Your man, your husband had one job to do. Be faithful, go to work, honor your vows. He didn't do any of that. Do you want to give him a second chance to break your heart, publicly humiliate and embarrass you, and perhaps have another baby on the way in a few years, while you, in the meanwhile, don't have any? You said that you come from a traditional family. What part of the tradition is this? I don't know. AnGala of DivaSpeaks Relationships a few years ago would have supported trying to work through a mistake, right? I would have supported trying to work through a mistake, trying to see where you went, where that person went wrong, and trying to understand the reason behind it, and if it was worth salvaging. But once you start, you know, I just, you know, what am I trying to say? I saw a lot of videos of people doing the videos on Houston, right? The STD numbers, record numbers coming out of Houston, Texas. And if you guys don't know, I am a born and bred Texan, a proud Texan. I'm not from Houston, I'm from Dallas originally, right? Staggering numbers coming out of Houston. And I think a lot of this has to do with hookup culture. And a lot of people have done their spin and their take on, you know, why they think, you know, STDs on the rise, HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, just a slew of these sexually transmitted diseases that are on the rise, right? And I'm sure if other cities across the country would release their statistics, I think a lot of us would be surprised as well. And in a day and age where sexually transmitted diseases are on the rise, you got a man that's out here sleeping around unprotected with a woman that you know of, but you know nothing about. Her sexual health is something that you shouldn't even have to be concerning yourself with, because your man should have kept his pecker in his pants. You deserve better than this. You shouldn't have been treated this way. My heart goes out to you on your healing journey because you're going to need it. I'm glad that you threw in that part of the letter that you come from a traditional family. So it is my hope. Sometimes I can't talk. It is my hope that this traditional family that you are a part of and this traditional community that you are surrounded with will surround you with support and help you see the value in yourself and help you through this difficult process of healing, right? And help you to understand you didn't deserve this. You don't have to put up with it. And if you decide to call it quits, bravo to you. And if you decide to stick it out, the best of luck to you, my sis. No judgment here. So this has been Talk That Talk with DivaSpeaks Relationships. My name is AnGala Portorreal. Don't forget that my televised talk show comes out every second and fourth Friday. I cannot talk. I think it's because I haven't ate today. Okay. I had 2 flights, 2 legs. Both of them were an hour long. I had to do full in-flight service. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get a little tongue-tied, and when I'm hungry, I can't talk and I can't think. But anyway, my talk show airs every second and fourth Friday of the month on Spectrum Cable and AT&T Uverse. Check your local listings because I have been mistaken throughout the years. I thought it was certain channels as it relates to the Carolinas, but you would have to check your local listings. However, there is good news. I got good news, guys. I do have a Roku channel, the DivaSpeaks Relationships Roku channel. I do have an Amazon Fire channel. And guess what? I will have a channel, my personal channel on Apple TV. DivaSpeaks Relationships channel will be on Apple TV by the end of the year, way before the end of the year, but I'm going to stretch it out because it's so many exciting things that I'm going to put on that channel. It's going to be different from my Roku channel. It's definitely going to be different from all of my other platforms. My sweetie and I are working on having top tier, okay? We're talking about top tier, high value content on my Apple TV channel, okay? Because this channel will come with the ability to have subscribers and the pay-per-view viewing. So I'm looking forward to the Apple TV channel because, you know, DivaSpeaks After Dark is kind of like sexually explicit content, right? You can't really air that over social media, and I definitely can't restream it, and I definitely don't want it on television like that. So I said that just to say that, you know, there are a host of places that you can view my televised talk show as well as support me on social media. Don't forget, you can download the DivaSpeaks Relationships Roku app. I'm on Roku. I'm on Amazon Fire. I am on television, Spectrum Cable, AT&T Uverse, and coming to Apple. Well, I'm currently on Apple now, but through the television stations, Apple channel, I'm going to have my own. But again, coming to you by the end of the year, DivaSpeaks Relationships will be on Apple TV. So this has been Talk That Talk with DivaSpeaks Relationships. My name is AnGala Portorreal. You guys